This is the 1010 portal reading. It has a feeling of divine masculine in it. Ishatoko koso toko toko chokataka sitakata koko toko toko chosokotaka koso toko choko toko asatapaka taka chokasatako koso toko 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 o toko sotaka chaka taka kaka asatiti ti 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 to 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 to. But I can also feel the divine feminine energies there. So it is a divine union reading. It feels like there's a solidity in the masculine with this gentle, supportive, space-holding love of the divine feminine. So I feel very much like it's about supporting the divine masculine within us, but within our counterpart, our divine masculine counterpart, if we are the divine feminine. Atakako tatatata chokoko sotoko atatata kataka choko sotoko koko asatata kataka kakatoko to atetiti atakatoko to katetiti atatati tatakata koko. I'm seeing a very strong theme of the heart ignition and the life's purpose ignition coming down that central pillar. Really do feel that we have moved through the threshold into the higher paradigm, to the next level, the higher timeline. And there's a dissolving of the lack matrix, the survival matrix, the limitation matrix, more of a free-flowing, abundant, creative, empowered, loving place that we've stepped into. Ashititi katakatako. There's an activation of the throat chakra. Atakitakato chokoto tokopotota. Akato chokopo toko 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 chokoso toko takatikipatako otoko choko kotoko. Asatiti takatakatakataka. Akatakatakataka kakatko. Akatiti takatkoto otototo. Atatiti takatakatakakatko. Akatatatakataka tatatiti takatko. Akatatiti takatakakaka. Akatkochko. Akatatachko. Atiti takatko. Atakachko otoko toko. Akachita chakatko otoko titi akatoto showing me about if at the foundation we are holding ourselves in the present moment. It helps us to heal feelings of sadness and isolation, because in that present moment you're connected to all that is. You're in unity. When you're in unity with your soul and your heart and your spirit, then you're connected through, they're saying like the web, but it's like the etheric web, to all other souls and all that is. And it transmutes sadness and isolation in the material world. Akatapo, asapato toko toko titi katakatako asatapakoto asatiti asatiti asapatko koko toto tatati katakatko akatiti. I can feel the guides speaking directly through the brain cells to you guys, but also like telepathically. It's like the codes are speaking to the brain cells, shifting the perspective, giving a higher understanding. And they're explaining that life is a dance, and that to see the world in terms of opportunity, and remembering who you are, and surrendering everything that is not who you are, that is not aligned to you, it's not resonant with you. Let the divine love come in and guide and heal and clear and expand. I feel like a broadening of shoulders, like if your shoulders are hunched, like you drop the tension, and they drop down into a relaxed upright position, like in the opportunity beckons card. And they're telling me that the sadness and isolation card, it upside down like that, it appears he's kind of like closed up, contracted, almost fetal position, and then moving into diving into the ocean. I'm sure it looks quite different upright, but this is what we've been shown. And that ring around his head, he's diving into this remembrance and joining with the counterpart. And as he heals, he comes into that opportunity to dive in. See, that's upside down again, to dive into the divine love card. So he's diving into the present moment. You can draw like an arc from his head down through being the present moment to him sitting there in the present upright, to then being upright and connected to his twin in the next card. And then opportunity beckons. This is where we're moving to. So we're going from trying to block sadness and isolation, and possibly blocking that with external, real world, material world things, distractions, work, anything that's repetitive and takes you away from what you're feeling. It could be anything that you focus on that takes you away from what you're feeling. So it possibly could be going to the gym, could be drinking, could be diving into work, could be love affairs, womanizing, if it's a female, I don't want to be gender specific here. I'm just saying, love affairs that are not necessarily conscious or heartfelt, but distract you from what you're feeling. Anything like that. Busyness. So when you come out of that and dive into the present, then you remember who you are. As you remember who you are, that in itself heals and releases what is not you, connects you to unity, which then reminds you who your counterpart is and unifies you with them. And then the opportunity to dive into divine love comes in. And so what I've been feeling through this portal is very much a shift of those limitations, and like feeling different or feeling separate from the current, way of living, other people in the old paradigm, and the limitations that go with that. And it's like the matrix has dissolved, that old lack matrix has dissolved. The heart is activated from that upgrade that we've had, and moving through the portal. And as the heart is activated, you love yourself and know yourself even more than ever. You surrender to yourself, and not to twin, letting go of all things that imprison us, unbinding our soul from the questions of why, what, when, and how. That's basically disconnecting from the matrix. And time expectations are a very material world as well. So if you release those time consciousness around togetherness, you're also dissolving the matrix. You're finding yourself, you're being in the present, and as all that comes in, the unity comes in, then new opportunities come. From love we came, and love we shall return. Connected eternally, we walk a path to higher learning, guided for our highest good. So the opportunities come through higher learning, higher perspective. Also want to say the colours in this are similar to the Divine Feminine reading, a lot of green, heart healing, and the card in the centre is similar. It's for the feminine, it was a green card, which was heart healing, and here it's heal, and it's a major arcana. So what heals the heart and the soul is being in presence and unity. Akato ata tatata tatata otototo atatata 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 okotokoko. This central card is number 17. 1 is 8. 8 is abundance. It's the keywords are forgive, offer, receive, serenity, hope, and inspiration. It's the star card in the traditional tarot. I offer and accept healing in my relationships, and I am at peace. The star card is the wish card. It's everything you ever dreamed of. It's your connection to the higher consciousness. It's manifestation. So it says you drop into your heart, your soul, your natural alignment to your soul purpose, your true desires drop in, and then you're manifesting from that place, and you're creating your world, your new paradigm from a higher perspective, from your true desires, from your soul's purpose. You're creating relationships from that place, and that's when the opportunity beckons and you dive into it, guided for your highest good. So with this heal card, or the star card, or the manifestation from the healed place, you can also see that the chains are broken. The old karmic cycles, the restrictions holding you back, your limitations, the the separation from unconditional love, the conditions. So these are all released. This freedom to move forward into the new paradigm, guided by your higher perspective and your heart wisdom. Isha toko ko toko so taka taka toko chupoko so tita taka ka ta ta taka sa toko ko. Ase ti 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 taka toko ko. Aka ti 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 taka toko ko toko chuko so toko toko ko. Aka ta ta taka ta toko ko chuko so toko toko poko to 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 to. Atati taka taka, asatati taka toko ko, asati taka sataka koko, asati ti 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 taka toko sotoko, asati ti 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 tasataka taka koko, asata sataka toko koko choko soto tata taka toko cho, asata taka taka choka satoko ko, asataka saka toko ko choko sotoko ko, asata taka choko sotoko toko tita kaka sako toko ko toko choko sotoko potoko. Asata taka taka kaka, asata taka 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 toko cho, asati ti 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 taka toko ko toko so toko 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 ko, asati ti 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 taka 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 kaka 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 kaka. So I'm seeing the Divine Love card, and you can see that it looks like it's a heart of light. It's that etheric web, the higher matrix, that it appears to be formed of, and there's a love heart shaped door into the center. So what I'm seeing is now we are having released our chains, released our karmic cycles, our limitations, our limited mindset, shifted to the higher perspective, aligned with our soul's purpose. We now can walk through that gateway into divine love, that portal. It's open for us. We can step through. Isha ta ko to to to, ata ta ko to 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 to, ata ta to to to. So how I can explain this is my higher experience. A lot of my communication with guides comes in my sleep. And so it was Saturday night, the night before the portal. I felt myself having a conversation with a guide who, and I expressed that I've stepped into the next level. And they said, okay, do you want me to switch it off now? And I said, yes. This is all beyond my conscious comprehension, really. I was like watching my higher self have this communication. And what I then felt was a matrix, a limited matrix, a lack matrix dissolve. It was like the volume turned down on the program, on the reality that we've been existing in until this point. And when I woke up in the morning, everything felt different. My house felt more like a home. The things I felt stronger. My spiritual energy felt stronger. So where your sensitivity, if you're a light being and sensitive, a star being, a healer, you're very sensitive to all the nuances and the energies and people's feelings and emotions. It can be quite overwhelming. What I felt was a strength. So still having the perceptions at the same level, but it's like more power, more spiritual power coming through to make those things not so overwhelming. So it felt like the volume was being turned down on those, but it wasn't. It was the power being turned up, the creative power being turned up. It's like new things possible in the paradigm that we're stepping into by shifting our vibration up. Ishakato. Akatita takatata to 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 atatata tita takato atakata atakaka atatata katoko cho sotoko to 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 tatatata kato to 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 to. Okay, that seems to be the message. There is a card that came out that we want to bring the energies in for. It is this one from Cassidy Kane's Twin Flame. It's just an online. She only has online cards. You can't purchase them as a set of cards that you can physically hold, unfortunately. But I suppose that in a way is symbolic of energetic, receiving things energetically and not in the, like you can physically put your hands on. So it's this one, soul contracts. You're in the process of ending old cycles. We want you to know that you do not just have to wait for soul contracts to resolve themselves. You can take action and speed up this process. It will help uplift your journey long term. You can clear the energy and karma that kept the contracts in place, so you no longer need to live the lesson and learn the slow way. So this is what we're bringing in. We're bringing in some clearing, some codes to help you clear those chains that have been holding you back, that feeling of separation. Feeling a strengthening of the backbone and releasing of the jaw. This is helping you be in the present and feeling the lower back feel supported as that strength comes in. That spiritual support, as those limitations are taken off and the power, the creative power comes in. I'm seeing that if you look down that middle pillar, each of those cards has a point of light. It's like an activation of the heart and of the higher heart and of the third eye. And the pineal akata. There's an expansion through the upper back. As everything behind you releases, behind your heart, behind your throat, past lives, past ancestral conditioning. Okay, just heard the word beautiful. So that was a beautiful release. So so that is a healing and an activation. So anything that comes up will be limitations that are holding you back, for you to see, for you to be conscious of, for you to just release with love, let them go. No longer needed, have had a strong purpose in your life, no longer needed, being released from those so that you can move forward through that open portal. So blessings everyone, listen as many times as you need to, and drink a lot of water, rest, listen to your body.